am I to be here? Climbing all my fears like they're nothing but a mountain with a view. Like there's never been a dream I can't pursue. Well, who am I not to be? Even when you talk, it takes over me. Yes, I'm tender. I wanna know, can you feel it too? Just this stuff is starting now. It's the same feeling I always seem to get around.
Let the light of your love shine. And yes, I know I can't sing. Oh, I'm a little shorter than you today. Hey, hey, a little shorter than you today. Hey,
Yeah.
hey, little short, little short, little short, little short, little shh. This is what sleep looks like. Hello, can you hear me? Holla if you hear me. Okay, let me adjust the camera. You go ahead. Dawn, the self-esteem queen with
Mommy SEQ.
We're back with another video. Let's bring that on down. Okay. Hey.
Happy
What up?
Sunday.
Happy Sunday, everybody. Look who's back doing a video on time. It will be us. And let me show you the time. You know, because we got to get up way early in order to beat the SEQ twins. We got to get up early.
Because if you don't, you're done for the day.
You're done for the whole day. So, I hope that everybody is well. I had a great time yesterday speaking in LA, and now I am back at my humble abode, and we just wanted to talk today. My mom had a great topic, and I wanted to make sure that we got it in for you guys today. And thank you guys so much for the feedback that you guys give us on these videos. We greatly appreciate it. I really wanted to give my mom a voice, and you know, a lot of people don't realize that the secret weapon behind me is her, and has been for years. And I would not be the self-esteem queen if it weren't for my mom. Like, the very first entrepreneur that I watched make it happen was her. The very first person who gave me a job at 8 years old was her. So my mom is my secret weapon. You know, she's not a silent secret weapon, but she is my secret weapon. And I really wanted her voice to be heard by more people, because you guys think that it all comes from me. I have a team of people behind me who guide me and help me and facilitate the different things that I say and do. So it's not all me. Not that I'm not a genius, because I am, but but it's not all me. So what's the topic today, Mom?
Topic today is dysfunctional parenting.
Woo woo.
And let me tell you, we've all made mistakes with our kids. Me included.
Included.
But what I'm seeing out there with these parents is so disturbing that I figured that we would have a topic today that would actually address the problems that we are actually seeing and the reason why some of these young people are so misguided.
So let's talk about dysfunctional parenting. You know, because I see a lot of, so in the work that I do, I run into a lot of teenagers who are in a lot of mental and emotional turmoil. And then I run into a lot of parents who don't know what to do with their teens who are in a lot of mental turmoil, and you know, they don't really know what to do with their kids. Well, upon further investigation, you know, you find that the dysfunction, it comes down, it trickles on down from the parent. Why on earth are there some parents out here who think it's okay to twerk in front of their children?
And that's not a form of exercise.
I mean, if you're in a gym setting and you have an instructor at the front and the instructor decides that they want to work on your buttocks and that's the exercise for your buttocks, okay. But just as a simple rule of thumb, you in the house, your song comes on and you just turn around and what?
Why?
Why are you doing that? Like,
why are we having our children babysat by YouTube and the reality shows that you may want to see, and it's nothing wrong with that. But what we need to do is, like the old school, keep a child in a child's place.
Yeah. One thing, so I have a friend, her name is Shadia. She is a doctor of clinical psychology. I love Shadia because her son, Nazir, he is so age appropriate. I have a friend, his name is Linnell. He's married to my other friend, LaKenya. And they have 5 kids, and all of their kids are age appropriate. They even have their own business, L&L Petite Treats, and it's a family business. And every time I go see them, I love it because their kids are so mannerable.
And it's a family setting.
I never feel like I have to leave my kids at home to go see. First of all, if I have to leave my kids at home, we're probably never going to see each other because I am not the type of parent that shifts my parenting responsibilities off to my mom. I did not retire my mom for that. And speaking of retiring moms, listen, right? I'm going to need some of you that are hating on me to just stop, okay? You don't know what it took for me to retire my mom. You don't know what it takes to keep my mom retired. And there is a balance that I have to consistently keep, right? There's the balance of being an entrepreneur. There's a balance of being a consultant for other companies. There's a balance with being a mom and also a balance with being a daughter. And I'm 37, so I'm at the age now where I can actually be my mom's friend. And so there's this balance of all of that, and it can sometimes be a very tricky situation. Very tricky, because I never want to step over my mom's parenting skills. My mom doesn't want to step over my parenting skills.
It's a very fine balance, and you really have to concentrate on what you're actually saying, which comes back to communication.
Right.
And for me to actually talk to her and say, well, this is going on, maybe we need to do something different. Or she tells me, that's not what I want for my kids. And I have to go with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
But some of you guys are just allowing anybody to watch your kids. You're allowing your kids to watch anything on TV. And then, you know, when I see kids that are like 8 or 9 and they're like, stop. I don't even want to be around kids like that, because I already know that in a few years I'm going to be out on the streets looking for them because there's some wanted, you know, or missing poster on Facebook. Like, because I know that already. So it's difficult for me, right, to watch other people parent their kids what I would consider to be incorrectly. Not that my way is the absolute correct way, but there are some, you know, rules of thumb that we should all have for parenting our kids, right? One, don't twerk in front of your kids. Like, don't walk around scantily clad around your kids. I don't care if you're from the islands. I don't care if that's just what they do where you're from. If you're not there, don't do it, right? Let's stop acting like our little kids are our friends, because it's the little kid that's your friend, right? Let me say something. So earlier this week, I think it was this week, there was a high-speed chase, right? And the high-speed chase led all the way it was from like
LAX
to the desert.
To Victorville.
And by the time, you know, they thought it was a woman at the time, but it ended up being a guy with long locks. So by the time they got to Victorville, here is the guy's mom on oxygen, right? trying to just, maybe it was her car, I don't know, but she was out there, and this was a grown-ass man, and she was out there, you know, just trying to maybe catch a glimpse of her son, make sure her son didn't get killed by the police for leading him on a high-speed chase from the city to the desert, whatever it was, right? Here is this mom carrying her oxygen to go see her son. I would never want that to be my mom. I would never, ever, ever want that to be my mom.
I wouldn't want that to be her. Not with her kids.
I mean, what? I don't...
I've got older grandkids. I've got a 16-year-old granddaughter. I've got an almost 20-year-old grandson. I don't want them to be the next statistic. They've gone through enough.
And you guys talk about how much, well, you know, all lives matter. But since I'm black, we talk about how black lives matter. If you really believe black lives matter, right? And I'm specifically talking to the parents who think it's okay to let anybody watch your kid. You think it's okay to walk around nude in front of you. I'm talking to the ones who over-sexualize their kids at a very young age and call it innocent. If you guys think that black lives matter, take a moment to take some parenting classes. Take a moment to learn how to communicate with a child. My mom has a master's in early childhood development. I trust the way that she communicates with my children. Now, we work on our communication as mother and daughter, but I trust the way that she communicates with my children. Totally trust it.
Because you know, what we're looking at now with Eric and Erica, they're doing complete sentences.
Complete.
And it's so funny because
Friday, Eric spelled helicopter. You don't believe me?
with his blocks.
You don't believe me? He spelled helicopter with his block. She sent it to me, and I was like, what? What? Let me show you, because I'm all about, you know. So, wait a minute. Let's see. Well, my mom said, guess who's spelling words with blocks? First he spelled frog. Then the little dude spelled helicopter. Oh, by the way, they turned 4 on the 23rd of this month.
Oh my God. Quick. That was a quick 4. That was a quick 4.
But my kids are very age appropriate. You know, we don't walk into the store and they're like, oh, mommy, I want this, oh, mommy, I want that. We could be in the toy section. And they'll just, you know, Erica would just say, oh, that's so nice. Oh, that's so nice. She doesn't say, oh, can I have? My kids are
no
comfortable.
tantrums.
None. Listen, I'll be real with you. Not that I think I'm the best parent in the world.
But
right?
she will go buck.
Listen, my children are very happy with what they have.
Play-Doh.
Okay? They're happy. They're happy. They have a backyard that's filled with things. I mean, my house is set up. It's their world. It's their world. They got this big jumper. It's their world. They have a trampoline in the house. It's their world. And as a parent, I focused my life. I mean, I waited 33 years to have children. I focused my whole life around these two. Everything I do is around these two. Why have I not traveled the world since, you know, it's been a few years? Because
she's got kids.
I want to travel with my mom and my kids. You know, I've been there and done that. What other people are doing, I've already done. You know, I'm not interested in all of the things that are of material value. I'm interested in my children growing up and remembering mommy was there. I'm interested in my kids growing up and remembering I communicated very well with my mom. I'm interested in my kids growing up and understanding that they have been in a very blessed environment that has structured how they're growing, what they believe, their mindset. I mean, if you ask your kids who I am, they will tell you, Mommy self-esteem queen. You know? They will tell you in a minute, that's Mommy self-esteem queen. You know, and they're serious about it. And they understand what happy is. They understand what sad is. and they love that state of happy. They love
Yes,
it.
they do.
You know, so I think that, you know, being in a place where my mom was like the super parent, like when I was growing up, my mom was the parent that everybody wanted, right? Because I had parties at my house, I came home for lunch. I mean, like my house was the place to be. And it went from that to my mom getting divorced, me understanding what divorce, how traumatic divorce can be on a family, but not just a family, how traumatic divorce can be on a parent. And I watched my mom just sort of deteriorate before my eyes. I was 13.
And made some pretty bad choices because I was broken. And because I was broken, I could not pass on the great parenting skills that I had prior going forward because of some of the things that I went through.
I don't believe that, because the way that I am as a parent is how she was as a parent. So I feel like between the ages of like 8 and 14, I learned everything that I needed to know, because I was able to survive without my mom for years after 14. I was able to survive without my mom because I remembered she instilled things in me. They were like, God was rooted in me. Being responsible was rooted in me. These are things that were already rooted in me. So it wasn't difficult for me to pick up where, you know, my mom left off, because I had a job at 8. Hello? So I know what it's like to work. I know what it's like to be responsible. These are things that I knew. So all I did was remember. I reached back and I remembered, right, what I learned as a kid. And what I'm telling you is that some of your kids aren't going to have shit to reach back to. Excuse my language. They're not going to have shit to reach back to. Nothing. I don't knock people that twerk. Just because I don't have any rhythm doesn't mean I knock people that do it. I'm just saying you have to be mindful that a child shouldn't be over-sexualized at a very young age just because. That should not be happening. A child should not be like, so moment of honesty. So I obviously say, oh shit, around my son, because one day I came home and he was putting a puzzle together and the puzzle piece wouldn't fit into the puzzle, and the little dude said, oh shit. I was like, oh no, Nobi. No, Nobi.
No.
So I had to say, oh, spit. So now Erica says, oh, spit. Right? When she gets frustrated. But if I would have laughed and thought it was cute and said, yeah, oh shit, you know, oh God, I have to be mindful. I can't say, oh shit, in front of my kid. You know, because he's a sponge and he's going to absorb all of that up. And then when he's wrung out, he's going to let it all come out. Yeah. That's not good. You know, I tackled it immediately. I didn't wait. I didn't say, oh, that's cute. Don't say shit again. I tackled it. But it helped me to remember and be mindful. Be careful what you say in front of your children. You know, some of you guys are talking bad about the mother or the father in front of your child, you know, and you're wondering why your child is sad at school. Because just because they're young doesn't mean that they don't understand and comprehend what's going on around them. They may not get the full understanding and the full comprehension, but they know happy from sad. They know angry from delightful. So be mindful of how you're raising your children. And I think it's so important that we stop trying to be friends to our children. Like, let me tell you, last night, I was eating some gummy bears. Erica wanted a gummy bear. I said, oh, sorry, some things I have you just can't have. So she like gets upset and I said, well, do you want a whatever? She was like, no! I said, lower your tone with me. And then I looked at her like this.
Checked her quick.
She started busting up into tears. Ah! All it took was a look. I don't have to slap my kids. I don't have to push my kids around. I don't have to curse my kids out. All I have to do is change the tone of my voice and say, that's a no. It may sound funny to you guys, but I'm not my kids. Mm-hmm. And just from a tone of voice change, right? I can talk like that, and then I can say, oh, come here, baby. Because you can't have everything that mommy wants. It's okay, baby. You understand? And she'll say, yes. There has to be some understanding.
And then we do a redirect.
Redirect.
How would you like some grapes? How would you like some berries?
Right.
You know, her biggest thing is she wants chips. She likes chips, but she's specific on what chip it is.
She likes Lay's, plain. We try to get her lightly salted, but she recognizes the bag. And she's like, no, I don't like the blue. Give me that yellow.
Give me the yellow bag.
And they're not really good for her. So I'm trying to find ways to sneak and make chips. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to cut up some potatoes and make her some chips.
Yeah, that's what I can do.
Because she joneses for those chips.
And I love the fact that she wants to come in the kitchen. And she really wants to learn things. And she wants to make her own tacos. She loves tacos. And she wants to make her own tacos. Those are the kind of moments that you need to have with your kids.
Right.
Those are the bonding times.
Right. You guys are not bonding watching Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Y'all not bonding. You may be enjoying it, but y'all not bonding. And let me tell you one of my secrets, okay? One of my guilty pleasures. I like to watch reunion shows of Ratchet TV because the reunion show gives me everything I need for the whole season. But I don't watch them on TV. I watch them on my phone, okay? With earplugs in, okay? Because I'm not saying that when you have kids, you can't have that ratchet side of you. She's not saying that. What I'm saying is there has to be a point that you disconnect the two, right? So when I have the need to watch some pure
ratchetness,
right, I do it in the comfort of my own ears. I don't let my kids watch all that. They can't watch all that.
And I'm very careful the things that I like to watch. And yeah, I like Empire, okay? I do. Law and Order, SVU, I like. But I do not watch them with the children. Because I don't need them knowing what a heinous crime is at the age of 3.5.
Right. Right. Be mindful. You know, I guess today's message is just be mindful, you know, of how you are around your children. And I don't know.
We've got so many museums. You know, we need to concentrate on going to a museum with our kids.
Take your kids on a nature walk. So, you know, some of you guys never even get out of the house except to put your kids from the house to the car somewhere else that has too much probably stimulation for your kid. Some of you guys don't realize that your kids are probably really sensitive and don't like all the stimulation of like a mall, of like an amusement park. Some kids don't like that. And we don't realize that because we don't stop to look at our kids. My kids did not enjoy Disneyland at all. They did not enjoy it. Like, I'm telling you, they didn't enjoy it. They didn't enjoy it because, number one, they didn't understand the concept of having to wait in a line, you know, to ride something for 2 minutes. They didn't understand that. That's number one. They didn't understand all the people. Like, what are these, you know, people are rude. They push you with so many people. Like, my kids are not used to that. And my kids found their solace over by Frontierland looking at the ducks and playing in the grass. That's where they found their solace. And they didn't want to leave that space because it was too much. There was too much stimulation. Yeah. You know, and I'm mindful when I take my kids to the grocery store, like when Erica wants to go with me to the store, she's my road dog. When she wants to go with me to the store, I always take her when it's like early so that there's not a lot of people there, you know. She doesn't like that. And I'm mindful of that. And that's because I pay attention to my children.
But the other thing is, you have to be mindful about other people around your children.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons that Dawn takes her so early in the morning, because she is a people magnet.
She is. And let me tell you something. One day I took my daughter to the grocery store, and I saw this man, and he was like, I felt like he was following us around, but maybe not. Anyway, he had his phone and it was like this, right? And I'm like, well, what is he looking at on his phone? So I had to turn around. He was trying to take a picture of my kid. Did you hear me? Really, did you hear me? A stranger was trying to take a picture of my kid. Now, do you know that I work in child sex trafficking? And sometimes when people walk around and take pictures of other people's kids, they're uploading them to a sex, like a child torrent where pedophiles, right, download those pictures of your children, right? So when somebody comes up and says, oh, your kid's so cute, can I take a picture? Hell no. Hell no, you can't take no picture of my kid.
Because
you a talent scout? Where's your card?
Because you don't know what they're doing with those pictures.
No idea. And you think, oh, I'm flattered. Somebody thinks my kid is cute. I had to stop the dude, you know what I mean? And I had to let him know, sir, I'm carrying a concealed weapon. And if you don't kindly step the F-U-C-K away from me and my child, we're going to have a problem.
Right here.
Right here. In the store. Why are you following me around with your camera? You know, but somebody else might see that, my daughter could be a model. Yeah, and the first people that she's modeling for are some pedophiles who have uploaded your child's picture to a torrent file and shared it with a whole bunch of other pedophiles who are going to do the unmentionable to your child's picture. No, I don't know. No, thank you. No, thank you. Be mindful. Just be mindful.
I.e., sending your kids to the mall without any kind of supervision, just for them to hang out. You don't know who is at that mall that is actually trying to get your child in a car and take them somewhere. On a track. Or God knows anything worse.
So, I guess I'm off that topic now. Yeah. You know.
But what we need to do is do better by our kids.
I mean, do a lot better by your kids. And, you know, you may look at some people and you may say, oh, they're doing so great with their kid. Don't judge it by the big house they live in. Don't judge it by the car they drive. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not what you do for your kid. You're doing that for you. What are you doing for your children to make sure that they are getting the love that they need? And before you tell me that it requires a 2-parent household, man and woman, I'm going to tell you a lie. Because my friend Taryn, my very best friend from the 3rd to 7th grade, her daughter Kayla graduated from high school. And with just one parent, her daughter is the effing bomb. Okay? Sports, done. Academics, done. She's amazing. She's age appropriate too. You know, she's very respectful for 18. Like, she's age appropriate. When I look around at my friends and I see how they're raising their children, I know I'm around the exact right people. And there have been people that I've been around that have not raised their children in a way that's conducive to, you know, what I think parenting should be, so that I don't have to chase their kids down the track. I don't hang around those people. You know, because I don't want to hang around people whose kids I'm going to have to rescue at some point in my life. You know, I don't hang around people who don't want to deal with, you know, their niece or their nephew, and then they want me to come in and deal with their niece or their nephew, but they don't even want to take the time to learn the skills necessary as an aunt to deal with their niece or that. I'm at that point in my life where I really only want to be around people that inspire me to inspire others. And if you can't inspire me to inspire somebody else, we're not yoked as friends, yo. You know, so Dawn the Self-Esteem Queen is probably all I really got to say today.
Mommy SEQ.
Hope you guys have a great Sunday. Listen, my kids are going to think this is brand new music. Like, just came out.
Old school's the best music.